Today on the J-Ray channel, I'm going to be getting my butt in gear to make you an awesome pork butt roast on the Char-Griller Smoker. Let's get started. I'm going to be using about a 4-pound Boston butt roast. We're going to get that seasoned up right now. So I'm going to be rubbing this butt roast down with some new seasoning that a good friend of mine turned me on to. You can get it at Ace Hardware or you can get it on Amazon, which is where I got it from. It's called Cosmos Q Dry Rub. I've got Honey Killer Bee and Dirty Bird Hot. So we got a little bit of sweet, a little bit of spicy. I've already sampled some of this just on the side, and it's pretty good. We're going to rub it down on this meat. It's going to be even better. So the first thing I'm going to put on is the Honey Killer Bee. Make sure we get the right opening. Put that on liberally. Cover all those sides really good. All over that fat cap. At the ends. And it's not going to hurt. Put plenty on here. And now for that spicy sweet heat. Dirty Bird Hot. Now, a lot of times what you'll want to do before you start putting the seasoning on is to put on some kind of binder like olive oil or even mustard. But kind of got ahead of myself and started putting the seasoning on too quick. Got too excited about it. But I still added a little bit of organic olive oil to that. Rubbed it in. The seasoning's still there. What we're going to do is we're going to put this in the fridge uncovered, and we're going to leave that overnight. All right, it's Monday, January 10th, a little bit after 9 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and get this firebox started up. It's cold and it's windy. Once we get this charcoal lit, we're going to start putting some small pieces of kindling in and getting this thing going. Now we've got a good fire going with our kindling. I keep on letting that burn down and get some good embers started before we start putting the red oak on. We're going to be using the red oak today. I don't have any chips, but the red oak by itself is a pretty good smoke flavor. Plus, I'm going to be covering the meat with some apple juice throughout the cook, so that ought to do good. All right, so we've got a good bed of coals going in our side fire box. Our temps are running between 240 and 300. I'll put a little bit of foil in the bottom to catch any of the drippings. So I'm going to bring out the meat and throw that on and get started. As you can see, I've got my side vent adjusted to where it's getting just enough oxygen in right now. And my smoke cap is open just enough. Alright, so here's our Boston butt. It's sat in the refrigerator all night. It's looking really good. Now I put a little bit more olive oil on that. I'm going to rub that in. And then I'm going to add some more seasoning to it. We're going to put this directly right here on the grill. Just like that. So we're a little bit over from our opening of our firebox. Not too close, but not too far away. Depending on how far you get it from your firebox, that will also dictate kind of how much heat it gets. It'll still get the smoke, but putting it directly over this side could cause it to get a little bit too dried out. Putting it right here, probably going to be a little bit better for it. And like I say, we're going to be putting apple juice on it throughout the smoke to make sure that it stays plenty flavorful and juicy and has plenty of moisture. All right, so something else that I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using some meat probes from ThermoPro. Just got these new. So we're gonna go ahead and stick this into the meat. So we got both probes in, one on the side, one on the end. We'll check these meat temperatures. It'll go up throughout the day. We'll try to get it to 170. Once it gets to 170, we'll take the meat off and wrap it. So as you can see, our temperatures are getting up, and we're probably about 2 hours in, and we're already almost to our ideal core temperature for the one probe. The other probe's still trying to get caught up. First probe is going into the end there, so that's probably getting a little bit more heated up from the direct fire. Second probe is in the back side of the meat, which could be why it's showing a little bit lower. But what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to turn this and maybe even move it just a little bit away from the fire. I don't want to cook this too quick, but again, we're about 2 hours in. Okay, so what I did is I flipped the cut of meat around, moved it over just a little bit more towards the center, and readjusted one of the probes. So now I got probes on each end. Temperature's still going good, so we'll see what we got here soon. Okay, as you can see, the temperature is adjusted a little bit now once I change the location of that one probe. It looks a little bit more normal now. It doesn't look like it's about to cook too quick. I'm going to put some more wood in the firebox and keep it going. Alright, we're almost 4 hours in now. Our temps are coming up pretty nice. Nice and evenly heated. 153 degrees right now, internal temp on this butt roast. Our temp on our smokers sitting anywhere between 220 and 300. Keeps fluctuating as I add wood to it. Alright, so we're 5 hours in. Our temps are about 163, 160. Grill temp's good. Pretty soon we should be able to take that meat, wrap it, and finish it up. Alright, now 2 mistakes that I've noticed that people make, and I've done it myself before, is when you get your temperature where you want it to set at, anywhere between 220 and 300, if you mess with the fire, whenever it's already set, that's only going to cause your temperatures to fluctuate. So put whatever you need to into the firebox, get it where you want it, leave it alone. When the temps start going down, add a little bit of wood, not a lot. Also, the type of wood is very important because I like to use a good red oak. Now this is seasoned out. It's been seasoned out and dried for a few years now. It's been kept in the dry. It doesn't have any rot on it, but it's perfect. It's nice and dry, it's hard. That's the way you want to do it. Alright, so our internal temperatures are at 169, 167. I'm going to go ahead and pull these probes out, wrap this thing in foil, finish up the process. Reach on here, pick it up. It's not going to be so hot that it's going to burn you. Just wrap it up real tight like that. And put it back on the grill. And now I'm going to put these probes right back in through the foil into the meat. And as you can see, temps are already going off, so wrapping it immediately has caused the internal temperature to start going up. That's what we want though. And the sun sets on another day, and yet this Boston butt's still smoking. Alright, so the sun's went down on us. Our temps are at 180 to 183. Well, just jumped up a little bit. We're going to try to shoot for 195 to 200. All right, so we're 7 hours in almost. We're sitting at 201, 198 on our probes. So it's time to pull this bad boy off and take it inside. Now we're going to let this sit wrapped up for about 30 more minutes. Let it rest. All right, so this roast has been resting for about 30 minutes now. I'll unwrap it and see what we got. Oh, making a mess already. Wow, look at that. Yeah, that looks amazing. Yep. Got a nice smoke ring in there. Oh, look at that. Color. That is amazing. Thank you guys for sticking with me today. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.